golden wildfire. The sword swings wide. Despite Flaish's attack, the Federation reaffirms their alliance with the Empire and finally begins their invasion of the kingdom. Seeing that Fargus is readying for battle, Claude plans for a short engagement. With a cunning scheme at the ready, his army trespasses into Fraldarius territory.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Sedith, we are grateful you could join us.
I would be remiss to ignore something that so clearly concerns the Church. We are here to discuss the latest developments in Leicester, correct?
Indeed. I think it's safe to say that Claude's reinvention of the region and collaboration with the Empire came as a complete shock to us all. Thus far, we have been able to dedicate our forces solely to the battle with the Empire in the west. Now we must dispatch troops to the east as well.
The Federation's military force is hardly significant. We shouldn't have to divert much attention from the Western Front.
I would not be so optimistic. Not after what happened in ALL. If you recall, the Knights of Seiros were completely wiped out.
Yes, it was a terrible loss. We didn't even have time to send reinforcements. It still pains me to think on what became of Catherine. We heard her unit encountered the Imperial Army, but the complete lack of survivors strikes me as suspicious.
I see. You believe the Federation may have had a hand in the matter.
Precisely. Furthermore, the territories of Burgundy, Seward, and Albany previously wished to defect to our side, but have since reversed their positions. Perhaps their sudden change of heart can be attributed to this incident as well.
If only we'd been able to welcome those houses to the kingdom, we would have a slightly stronger position in the east.
The Church initially acted as an intermediary with those houses, but I fear it would be too risky to continue now. I am sorry.
Considering their iffy loyalty, they wouldn't have been reliable anyway. If we'd taken them in, we'd just be regretting it now.
That may be true, but it is yet another card we are no longer able to play. Our options now are severely limited.
All we can do is hold the Western Front, and watch the Federation like a hawk to see what their next move will be.
I know we are not privy to the details of the pact between the Empire and the Federation. But would it be safe to assume that the followers of Seiros in Leicester have abandoned the Central Church in favor of the Southern Church?
They've certainly severed ties with the Central Church, but it seems they have elevated the Eastern Church instead.
And the Empire allowed that?
They must have figured the war was turning against them and made that concession to secure Leicester's cooperation.
The Eastern Church. How is Fargus to survive when we're beset by enemies to the east, west, and even north? I think it is time we devote ourselves to finding an answer to that question.
Well, we've managed to secure the immediate area. I'd say that makes our landing a success.
Clearly, the kingdom was not expecting our sudden appearance this far north.
They sure weren't. A certain somebody's suggestion to take the unexpected route was right on target.
Technically speaking, it was my suggestion.
I was just talking off the top of my head. I didn't think we'd actually be able to invade by sea.
Maybe it was off the top of your head, but I considered a myriad of options before arriving at that proposal.
And we have Nadir to thank for helping us make our sea dreams come true.
Oh, it was easy enough. All I had to do was secure an official order from the king. None of our merchants would dare disobey that.
You managed to convince the King of Elmira to sign off on this?
Convince isn't exactly the word I'd use. I merely placed the paperwork in front of him, at an early hour, when he might not have been fully awake.
You did what now? It sounds to me like he had no idea what he was signing.
It's not as if it's a big deal. We just borrowed a few boats for a bit.
And let's not forget all the assistance Margrave Edmund gave us either.
That's right. Being able to use his ports certainly cut down the length of our voyage.
I'm glad my adoptive father was able to help. Shortened though it was, I can't say my stomach enjoyed the trip.
I have to admit, Margrave Edmund really came through. And here I thought he only ever chucked money at us. At least that's what Judith would say.
That's a pretty good impression, Hilda. Maybe you've got a future as the hero of Goneril.
You know, I like the sound of that.
Good to see you're all as relaxed as ever. But let's get back on task. Our plan's working so far, but we've still got a lot to do. I just hope our little invitation was accepted.
The Srang forces saw our movements just as we planned. They've been inspired to strike, and soon, I expect. It's possible they're already marching on Gautier territory.
If that's the case, then we can't afford to stand around talking about it. We'll head out as soon as we're ready. We'll make our way through Fraldaria's territory and strike Ferdiad, the kingdom's capital.
We will win this! You can rely on me! Now it is my turn! There is nothing I cannot do!
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to...
Let's try this. What?
You know what they say about playing with fire.
So this is defeat. I'm sorry.
All right! We did good!
I command you to help me!
All right, take it down!
All right, here I go.
Now it is my turn. Keep your eyes
You
on me!
know what they say about playing with fire.
Now we can really show them what we're made of.
Looks like that's it for us.
Yes, that went great.
Looks like that's it for us.
Job well done, if I do say so myself.
Did you expect any less of me? None shall surpass me!
We can ill afford defeat here.
will be taking this land.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
All right. If there's nothing these muscles can't do.
I think this will go well. I'm prepared.
We've taken the enemy stronghold! It's over. Wait!
That didn't work.
More fire.
Looks like that's it for us.
Okay, what's next? They're pushing us back. We'll lose our chance if we don't find some way to retaliate.
Taste more bitter than black as coffee.
That was nothing.
Do you know who I am? You should be ashamed. As if that is enough to satisfy me.
No problem, I got it.
Right,
Outstanding,
here I go.
Lawrence.
Keep your eyes on me.
Get away. That was adequate. Must keep my guard up. I'm just glad I could be of service. I'll defeat you! I got you! What do you think of this? We have emerged victorious! Good.
The Sreng army aims to strike? But we just drove them back a few months ago.
The last incursion involved only a portion of their might. This may be the work of those who did not take part in the previous attack.
Fortunately, it would seem their forces are few in number. Even so, we can ill afford any interference with the Margrave's work.
It's been almost 14 years since King Lambert and I fought the Sreng armies together. They have always been a warlike people. If they've learned that Fargus is in crisis, they would jump at the chance to take advantage of it.
So then the question is, who informed them of our current difficulties?
Are you in here, Boar? We've got a problem.
What is it, Felix?
The Federation army has invaded Fraldaria's territory.
The Federation? But how? I thought our eastern border was sufficiently prepared.
They came by sea in giant ships and took over a port town on our eastern shore.
Since when does Leicester have a navy capable of transporting a full army?
That's what I'd like to know. But whatever the answer, they're here now.
No matter how big the ships, there are always limits to how large a seaborne invasion can be.
That's true, which means they'll want to avoid any unnecessary conflict. I would expect them to march directly west.
So they're going for the capital then. We need to stop them before they reach it. A job for the Shield of Fargus, if I've ever heard one. I'll go home and get ready to intercept them.
Your Majesty, I ask that you permit me leave to do the same. As the former lord of Fraldaria's territory, I cannot turn a blind eye to these interlopers.
Understood. I will send you some of my personal soldiers as reinforcements. Just promise me you'll both come back alive.
Hey, Nadir, you see that fortress over there? You think there's any way we could slip past it instead of trying to take it?
I wouldn't recommend it, kiddo. You know they'd just get us from behind if we tried.
Yeah, you're probably right. Come to think of it, what are you even doing here? I don't remember requesting extra muscle.
Ah, don't be like that. I gotta find a souvenir to bring back, since I borrowed all those ships.
What kind of souvenir are you hoping to find in Fargus?
In case it had escaped your notice, Nadir, the Federation army strictly forbids plundering enemy territory.
Is that so? Well, if I can't get any actual souvenirs, I'd better have some rip-roaring stories to share when I get home.
If we manage to topple Ferdiad, I can guarantee it'll be the rip-roaringest story you'll ever tell. But before we get there, I guess we'll need to do something about that fortress.
I'm sure the king is well aware by now that we're advancing towards Ferdiad. And you should know that the lord of this territory, Duke Fraldarius, is also called the Shield of Fargus.
Wait a second. Didn't one of our old classmates become the Duke of Fraldarius? You know, that one guy, Sylvain, I think.
It was Felix. There's also a chance his father, the former Duke, will be here as well.
And of course, there will be plenty of soldiers inside that fort. We will need to proceed with utmost caution.
I could practically hear your teeth chattering, Lawrence. Don't worry, I'll protect you.
I am perfectly capable of protecting myself, thank you. You just focus on your job and leave me to mine.
We need to be ready for anything here. We're going all out this time, folks, so spare no effort.
I will show you true nobility. I stand ready.
I fight for what's right.
A head-on assault would work as well as trying to break a boulder with our skulls. We can't exhaust our troops before we hit the capital. So we're going to blast open the gates and take them by storm before they have a chance to react. First, we'll need to secure the surrounding area to create a path to the gate for our combat engineers. Out of the way!
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
Now is our chance. They cannot stop us.
Yeah, no problem.
None shall surpass me.
Let's rush the stronghold at once.
You like that?
Now, let us bring it down.
We've almost got the area secure. But how are we going to blast open the gates?
Fire magic and barrels of alcohol. The force from the blast should... well, I won't spoil the surprise.
Into the fray. Clear out. Must stay alert.
Now we should be able to proceed to the front gate without issue.
Excellent. Engineers, do your thing. Everyone else, guard them while they work. Not a problem. I'm here.
The Federation is plotting something, but we'll put an end to that. It's time for our ambush.
I figured they wouldn't just sit back and watch. Defend our engineers at all costs. Take a breather.
You can count on me.
If the enemy gets too close, they won't be able to set everything up. We need to take down the surrounding enemies now.
Preventing the engineers from working. We must do something immediately.
Whatever their schemes, we can't let them do it. Open the east and west gates, and clear away the enemy from the front.
The gates to the right and left have opened. All who are able, fight your way inside and run riot!
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
Now is our chance. They cannot stop us.
All right, here I go. There's nothing these muscles can't do.
No problem.
My turn at last. Greatness demands it! What an offensive sight! Be gone! good. Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
Now is our chance. I'll take over.
Take a breather. I'll protect you. I got this. I owe you one. Are we changing places?
None shall surpass me. Stay behind me.
Do I have a choice?
Much appreciated. What an offensive sight. Be gone! Yeah, right. I ask you privately.
I've got you covered.
My turn? No problem. I got it. Sorry.
Now there should be fewer enemies targeting the engineers.
I'm not here.
I would like your support.
Kill them all!
They shall rue this day. Be gone!
No time to slow down.
Talk about flashy.
Take a breather.
You blew that massive gate wide open.
You can count on me.
That blast was everything I hoped it'd be. It looks like there's another gate ahead.
I won't let you take another step into Fargus.
Is that Ash? I'd like to avoid killing him if we can.
You can count on me.
I will fulfill my duty as a knight. Prepare yourself. I'm fighting for His Majesty. I can't lose now.
No one will stand in my way.
You're steadily making a name for yourself. I'd expect no less, Lawrence.
You're strong. I don't know if I can beat you on my own. I can stand.
Ash, Dimitri wouldn't want you to die. If you care for him, you'll surrender.
Okay. I give up.
All right, we're gonna blast through the other gate. Protect the engineers. If the engineers fall, our plan will go up in smoke. We need more troops to defend them.
I'm going out there. I don't have it in me to stand by and watch.
No time to slow down.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Yeah, let's do this.
We cannot let them destroy another gate. Take out the engineers.
More enemies? Yeah, let's do this. Don't worry, I won't slack off. We have to stop them.
Keep them safe, okay?
I'll shield you.
I see no reason to spare invaders who force their way into our homes.
We won't make it in time. Hurry.
Not much longer now. Defend the engineers.
All right, let's take them by storm.
The enemy is preventing the engineers from working. We must do something immediately.
Is that Felix? He's going after the engineers. Stop him!
I would like your support. Kill them all.
They shall rule this day.
Is this it?
They're attacking the engineers. We have to help them.
Splendid! We are able to invade the fortress. Now it is but a simple matter of overwhelming them with numerical superiority.
That turned out well. We made the right call increasing our defense.
Reinforcements are on their way. Protect the Duke and Lord Rodrigue until they get here.
It's time to swoop in and take the stronghold. Advance!
It is an honor to die for Vargas. Fool! What is the point if you don't survive the battle? Hear me! We will all make it through this and achieve victory together!
Yes, my lord.
Not yet.
We've cleared out most of them. Not much left to do now.
Our comrades have fought too bravely for us to stand idly by.
I'd hoped to hold out until reinforcements arrived. They forced my hand. Time to dive into the fray.
Not a problem. I've got this.
All right, here I go.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
You can count on me. I'll do my best. Yeah, let's do this. Don't...
I must heal him quickly.
You shall not take one more step towards Verdia.
You sent a chill down my spine there. No wonder they call you the Shield of Fargus.
All right.
This is nothing.
Are you alright?
Your concern is wasted. Do not underestimate me. I can't hold out much longer. I need to escape while I still can.
All right, we just need to take out one more general, and then we win.
No holding back! Not yet! For the love of...
I'm raring to go. My turn? Are you changing places?
I'm fine. My turn at last. Take a breather.
No problem.
The battle will drag on when the enemy commander is healed.
My apologies. We will have no more of that.
Gotcha! They're boxing me in. This doesn't bode well.
Sorry.
Forgive me, people of Fraudaris. I have no choice but to retreat.
Now leave!
Got this!
Great work, everyone. Time to celebrate our... Huh?
Elite soldiers of Gautier, advance! Crush the southern weaklings!
Kingdom reinforcements are here. If they want to fight, we're going to have to engage. Let's see how...
Retreat to do. I have secured an escape route. Leave the rest to me.
You're done! Matthias, you fool! Return to us alive. Promise me.
How long has it been since I've covered an escape? I've missed this rush.
Here it comes! Out of the way! You're done!
Risking life or limb so your friends can escape? It's hard not to admire that famous Fargus chivalry.
You're done!
What's the matter? Did you think Fargus's wall of ice would shatter so easily? If my forces have dried up, then I'll take as many of you as I can with me. Such is the way, Fargus. I'm sorry, Rodrigue. Lambert and I will be waiting for you on the other side.
And that's another victory for us. Well done, everyone.
It would appear the Kingdom forces have withdrawn. I guess that means we've won.
Woohoo! All right! That was some tough opposition, but we've gotten pretty tough ourselves.
Really? Because it still feels like you're barely trying out there, Hilda.
Do you see how much I'm sweating? I don't think I could try harder even if I wanted to.
At this rate, we really will be able to mount an attack on Ferdiad.
Hey! What's that supposed to mean? Don't tell me you thought Claude was lying.
No, it's just... I guess it's starting to feel real now. You know what I mean, right, Marianne?
Yes. Let's all do our best.
Claude? You don't seem all that happy about our win.
Did you see Margrave Gautier's last stand? He sacrificed himself so his allies could escape. Let me ask you something. What do you think about chivalry and the other knightly virtues?
I admire it, actually. But it's not like it has any place in a mercenary group.
Really? You certainly hide it well. I can't say it speaks to me, but all the same, watching someone as famed and respected as Margrave Gautier die for the sake of others, it was something to behold. I admire how knights are willing to sacrifice themselves for their friends without any hesitation. I really do. But it occurred to me that so long as we're fighting the kingdom with its long tradition of knighthood, there are going to be a lot more sacrifices. It reminds me just how important it is that we end this war as quickly as possible. And once we do, We have to create a world where deaths like these are no longer necessary.
As honorable as that sounds, I was not aware that was our objective here.
Oh, we're still doing this to safeguard Lester's future, and to free ourselves of the Church's antiquated customs. None of that's changed. But I believe that beyond all this fighting lies a future where lives will no longer have to be sacrificed. A world where everyone will be free to live however they choose.
People being able to live as they please. That certainly does sound amazing.
It sounds like something worth risking our lives for.
If anyone can make it happen, Claude can. No. Wait, I take that back. All of us can.
Now that's a future worth believing in.
I'll believe in it too.
Well then, Your Majesty. Shall we press on?
You bet. Let's go end this war. We won't stop till we reach Ferdiad.
Gotta get...
This power will...
I am capable...
I have this
Just gonna let my...
Listen well, Sylvain. You are to be the next Margrave Gautier. I expect you to stand in my stead against foreign threats, and to protect your king, your people, your friends, and your family. Which, of course, I failed to do. Forgive me, Sylvain. I know I was a terrible father.
So this is the part where you command me to succeed my father, right?
Yes. The Srang forces are growing bolder in response to the Federation's invasion. We dare not leave so important a position as the Margrave of Gautier vacant.
I respectfully accept, of course. I've been bracing for this since the moment my father departed. Huh. Me, the head of House Gautier. What will my brother say?
I doubt he will have much to say at all at this point. But we will send word to the western outposts nonetheless.
Sylvain, you have my deepest apologies. It was only because the Margrave sought to secure our escape that he...
Don't apologize. It would make my father's sacrifice meaningless. What he did wasn't for pride, house, or the kingdom. He gave his life to protect his friends. It was what he wanted to do. My father did whatever brought him the most satisfaction. That's how he lived his whole life. I promise you, he had no regrets. In fact, when he left the castle, he was beaming in a way I'd never seen before.
But if we'd only fought with a little more skill, the Margrave wouldn't have died at all.
We're at war, Felix. No matter how hard you fight, there are going to be times you just can't win. House Fraldarius fought well. The battle was so brutal that even Ash had to surrender.
Sylvain.
No. All of my hatred is reserved for these invaders. This foreign threat. They take everything from us and think nothing of it.